What is the worst, like, alcoholic drink you've ever made? Like, what is the one that you just think about and you're like, that was gross?
The most regrettable drink I've ever made?
That's a good question.
All right, so this was like 2 years ago and some change.
Okay.
Maybe 28 months ago
Okay.
at the most. And I was going through a bad drinking phase where I was
Okay.
drinking a lot. And I was
Okay.
drinking that McCormick's mixed with either Gatorade or Sprite.
Okay.
And I was going to go fish, I think. I think I was going fishing. And I had like a 2-liter of Sprite and a handle of McCormick's.
Okay.
And my Yeti was full of ice. And I had like a bag with a bag of ice in it. Like my Yeti cooler, you know that bag cooler I have?
Yeah.
I had a bag of ice in there. So I was refilling my cup with ice and then filling it with like half McCormick's, half Sprite and fishing, right?
Okay.
Well, I ended up getting like kind of really fucked up.
Okay.
And I just remember getting back in my car where I had parked, and like getting all my stuff aside, putting my drink in the cup holder, and opening my door and just throwing it all up. Throwing up everything I had drank for like the last 30 minutes to an hour, right?
Okay.
Everything. And someone was walking their dog by, and they were like, "Are you all right?" And I was so fucked up. So I'm just trying to get him, like, I'm in the mindset of a guy who's fucked up, like, behind the wheel of a car.
Yeah.
I'm in that mindset. So I'm like, no, I'm good. Don't worry about me. I'm good. I have food poisoning. I ate a fish back there. It's crazy. Like, don't do that. Don't eat the fish out of this pond. Like, don't. It's not good, right? And somehow he was like, all right, whatever. I'm not concerned. He was a bad citizen, honestly.
Yeah.
He saw that and he was like, whatever. Walked away. And I ended up calling my buddy Yusha. He came and picked me up and drove me home. He drove me in my car home and then walked home.
Oh my God.
Because I was in the neighborhood next to mine, so it's really not a far walk, but it's like an hour walk.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's maybe 3 miles.
Okay.
But
That's
yeah,
like 30. I mean,
dude, that's not even the first time Yusha saved my ass when I was fucking like wasted.
Okay.
And the second time, I was parked on a hill in the same neighborhood, different spot, but also in a fishing spot. I had been fishing earlier and I was pretty drunk. And my mom had called me. Her and my dad had got in an argument, and my dad left her at the bar that they were drinking at. And she's like, I need you to come pick me up. I need someone to come pick me up. And I was like, okay, I'm coming. Chill out. I'm coming to pick you up. Don't worry about it. And so I go to start my car. I'm out of gas. And I parked on a hill. So I'm like even worse on gas. Like my engine is up on that.
Oh my God.
So I get this bright idea. I'm like, here's what I'm going to do. Put it in neutral. And I'm rolling down the hill. And at the end of the hill is a cul-de-sac. But right before the cul-de-sac is this driveway. And I have this bright idea. I was like, okay, the driveway is kind of sloped up. So I'm going to back into the driveway and then get going where I'm nose down. And then I'm going to start my car and drive to the gas station to get gas on fumes. Right? I had it all worked out. So I'm going backwards. And I missed the driveway. Like, bad. I missed it bad. Maybe by about 12 feet or so. Maybe 10 to 12 feet.
Oh my God.
And so, like, if this is the driveway right here, I'm 12 feet above it on the hill. Like, almost rolling into the ditch. So, and then I'm like, oh shit. So I stop, and then I kind of get out a little bit with my brake set. And I'm braced with my arm against the door, and I'm kind of pushing it forwards, hoping I can get it to go forwards while turning my wheel left to get me to go rolling downhill. Maybe I can get like a push start, in my automatic Kia Soul. It's like all electric, no clutch. I'm going to pop the clutch on an automatic. And, going forwards doesn't work, right? I go too far forwards. I'm like rolling into the ditch, and I like barely can jump into the car in time to stop it from like hitting a tree full on. So now my car's in the ditch. Like if the ditch is like 6 feet wide, my car has gone through it. One wheel's up on the other side of the ditch, and my back wheels aren't through the ditch. They're on the other side. So I'm like straddling it almost. But at this point, my car started.
Okay.
My car could start because it was level.
Okay.
The gas tank was level. So I started, I put it in reverse, and I tried to go out, and I just get stuck, right? Because it's wet. I should have mentioned, it's also like kind of drizzling outside. It had started to rain. So I call my buddy Yusha. I'm like, hey, Yusha, what you doing? And he's like, nothing, bro. I'm chilling at the crib. What you up to? And I'm like, oh, I'm fucking drunk, dude. You can you like, you got any bricks? And he was like, yeah, I got some bricks. So he comes to where I'm at. He brings me bricks and gas.
Okay.
He puts these bricks in, and he's like, okay, get in the driver's seat, put it in reverse. I'm going to push, and you hit reverse real hard. And he was able to get my car with like enough momentum to push me out. And I have a video saved on Snapchat, so every year I'm reminded of my fucking debauchery. And after that, like he did that. I was like, yo, I appreciate that. And he was already in sobriety.
Okay.
So I couldn't even give him like any weed or like any liquor to be like, hey, thanks, bro. And I didn't have any cash either. I'm a shithead. I basically was like, hey, thanks, dude. And I left. Went and got gas. And then I went and picked up my mom. And on the way home, I was like, all right, Mom, here are your options. Aerosmith or Black Sabbath. And she's like, I don't care. So we listened to Aerosmith's Spaced. That's not the title of the album, I don't think, actually.
I have no idea. I'm
Earn
trying to
Your
think.
Wings.
Okay.
Earn Your Wings is the title.
I'm trying to think of like, because I have so many awful, regrettable drink stories. I'm trying to think of which one is actually the worst, but I think
What's your most regrettable drink story involving your family? Because I think that's my worst. I think that's my most regrettable.
Well, I wanted to tell the hand sanitizer story.
That doesn't even really count, though.
It
'cause you weren't
definitely
really
counts.
With your no one caught you. I feel like.
No. It was just most regrettable because I fucking drank hand sanitizer. Like it was just so awful. Like
Prisoners
tasting.
everywhere can relate.
Yeah. But the worst
and by
around my
prisoners,
family.
I mean teachers.
Here's the worst around my family. The worst around my family was the first time that I ever got drunk. So I was 13, and I had a water bottle full of vodka, and I didn't really understand tolerance. So in my head, I'm like, well, I'm just going to drink all of it. So it's about like half full, right? So I drink all of it. And I'm with my friend Cassidy.
Wait. What was it again?
It was just vodka.
Vodka, okay.
Yeah. So I'm with my friend Cassidy, and I'm like, hey, she was like, spending the night. And I was like, hey, I'm going to jump in the shower. And I get in the shower, and then I wake up on my parents' floor with my head in a pot full of vomit.
Naked?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, they like found me.
They clothed you.
Oh, they found me, and they apparently I was like pissing myself. Like it was.
How much do you want to reveal about yourself on here?
If it's funny, I really don't give a shit.
What about the time, your first time having sex?
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Is that a good story?
That's not like a.
Not that. Where you and your friend were like.
Oh.
Is that a good story to tell?
Oh,
is that okay?
The threesome story.
Oh. Tell the story, please. It's been so long. I haven't heard it in forever.
This is not that great of a story.
No, it's just really funny in hindsight, I feel like.
Okay.
It's also funny from an outside perspective.
So, this, basically, whenever I first started dating the boyfriend I was talking about earlier.
Nope. Not the story. I'm talking about you.
Oh, that was not a threesome.
No, it was just you and one other person.
I thought you were talking about the threesome story. No, okay, so 4th of July.
I'm talking about the funny one. I'm talking about the one that's
why I was
funny.
so confused. 4th of July of last year. I decide.
No. I'm talking about the first time you thought you had sex, which when you and your friend were like naked and slid all over each other.
Oh!
When you were like a child. I'm not talking anything recent. This had to have been over 10 years ago.
I just like I outed myself right there because there were so many stories.
Yeah,
like each time I had a different story. Okay, so.
Oh my god.
I'm
I thought I
gonna
was-
tell all these stories
I thought
now.
I was being obvious.
I'm gonna tell all these stories.
Tell all of them. I'm gonna make another drink.
So, I discovered porn at a very young age. Right?
How old were you?
I was 6 or 7.
Nice.
I was in the first grade, and the way that I discovered porn was a guy in my class was like, "Hey, go get on the computer and Google boobs," and I was like, "That's a brilliant idea." So I go home, and I obviously Google boobs, and I go down the rabbit hole, and I discover the world of porn, and I still really didn't understand it.
I still go down this rabbit hole to this day.
I didn't really understand it, but I knew this is gonna sound so bad, but it was like,
You knew it was bad.
Yeah.
And that's why you wanted to do it.
yeah, exactly. So me and a friend, it's just like practicing kissing. Like that's what happens at girls' sleepovers. At least it happened at my sleepovers. A lot of my sleepovers ended up practicing kissing.
Yeah, the same thing happens with guys. You know, you practice sucking each other's dicks and
Pegging
eating
too.
ass, and it's not pegging. It's
Well,
guys.
yeah,
It's
I guess that's
just
true.
gay sex.
I guess that's true. Just butt stuff.
It is just gay sex.
Okay, so that's that story. Here is one of the other stories that I thought you were talking about.
No, we didn't even get to. You said you just practice kissing. So you what did y'all do?
We just took our clothes off and kissed on top of each other.
That is like a child thing to do, though.
It's like playing doctor.
I'll out myself here. I went to a sleepover that started out as a regular sleepover, and somehow it turned into truth or dare. We have to suck another dude's dick.
What?
If you didn't want to do it, you had to suck a dick.
What?
And there was one guy who we noticed, and I say we, I noticed for sure that he was very unwilling to do the dares.
Yeah, I'm just so I really did out myself because there
Okay,
are.
so wait, tell the 4th of July story from last year.
Okay, so 4th of July.
Then maybe I can tell my 4th of July story from last year.
Okay. So on the 4th of July, I decided that I wanted to have a small get-together at my house. So and obviously my boyfriend came, but we invited his friends. So it was just his friends at my house, right? So naturally, we're hanging out, drinking, whatever. I get plastered, right? Blackout, broke my Alexa, cut my leg up, lost a dog. I was belligerent. And at one point during that night, me and my boyfriend decided to go upstairs. And we were walked in on by his friend. And the best part of the story was it was our first time doing anal. So he just walked in.
There's shit smears on the bed.
Oh no, it wasn't like that.
A little bit of blood.
You've been having very different anal than I've had.
That's the kind of anal I have. No lube. Just, what's the term where you
Panal.
pull out too hard? You
What?
pull out too far.
Prolapse.
You pull out too far one time, and you just get it. You get it in one go.
Yeah.